The U.S. presidential race for the White House, where Americans get another chance to choose their favorite on Tuesday. The penultimate round of primaries taking place in 6 U.S. states with 700 delegates up for grabs in total. More than 19 million people have registered to vote in California alone. And the Golden State is a key battleground in this contest, with rivals Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders almost neck and neck. Now, ahead of the vote, Vermont Senator Sanders and former Secretary of State Clinton are on an intense final day of campaigning, with Clinton in a very good mood.
I gotta tell you, according to the news, we are on the brink of a historic, unprecedented moment. But we still have work to do, don't we? And we're gonna fight hard for every single vote, especially right here in California.
In the most important primary in the whole Democratic nominating process, we're going to win here in California.
The contests are particularly crucial for Bernie Sanders. This, as a new poll suggests, Hillary Clinton may have already clinched the required number of delegates for the party nomination. Sanders, however, shows no sign of being ready to quit. So we went to the streets of Los Angeles to gauge the mood of Sanders supporters.
What's the point of continuing to campaign when 85% of people polled say that Clinton is going to win?
Well, in reality, there are still almost 700 delegates left on Tuesday. So we don't fall. Most people that are true Bernie supporters don't fall into the media trick of saying, "Well, it's over," and we're not going to be scared into voting for Hillary Clinton.
Unfortunate that people are still lumping in superdelegates into the count, and superdelegates can change their mind at any time between now and the end of the convention.
And are you going to vote for Hillary or Trump if it comes down to that?
I will vote for neither. I'm Bernie or bust. I will not vote for Hillary or Trump. For too long, we've been voting for the lesser of two evils. And if it were to happen like that, it's just two evils. There's no lesser.
In my mind, it's way too early to weigh a question like Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton, because at this point, neither one of them inspires me. Okay, what really arouses my passion is Bernie Sanders and his campaign for democracy.
Recent polls show that an overwhelming majority thinks that Trump and Clinton will face off in November. But according to the polls, 57% of Sanders supporters in California say they're going to vote for him regardless of whether he can actually win, because they want to influence the Democratic Party. Reporting from Los Angeles, Brigida Santos, RT.
As Clinton moves closer to winning the Democrat nomination, she reminded voters of her foreign policy record as U.S. Secretary of State in a speech last week.
I have sat in the Situation Room and advised the president on some of the toughest choices he faced. So I'm not new to this work, and I'm proud to run on my record.
The investigation into Hillary Clinton's email server is about to enter a new phase.
Following a report by the New York Times that Clinton was the subject of a potential criminal inquiry,
If you get indicted, would you drop out?
Oh, for goodness, that is not going to happen. I'm not even answering that question.
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
We need to make sure Wall Street never threatens Main Street again.
Paid $675,000.
Well, I don't know. That's what they offered. So,
And on the Republican side, the party's presumptive nominee, Donald Trump, has gained even more publicity.
We certainly don't like to turn away revenue that funds all the important work we do across the company. However, in some cases, we must make business exceptions. We don't run cigarette ads because they're hazardous to our health, and we won't accept Trump ads for the exact same reason.
I feel that I get the worst publicity of any human being in the world, okay?
And RT's Caleb Moffat now with more on the unique intricacies of the US election system, which were outlined years ago by well-known American comedian George Carlin.
The comedian George
Everybody complains about politicians. Well, where do people think these politicians come from? They don't fall out of the sky. They don't pass through a membrane from another reality. They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities, and they're elected by American citizens. This is what we have to offer. It's what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out.
Now with me is media critic Lionel. So Lionel, are Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump just the natural product of American society?
Not only the natural result, but no choice whatsoever. The illusion of the left-right paradigm, two sides of the same coin. My favorite is the lesser of two evils. Let me tell you something. The lesser of two evils is still evil.
You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. Good, honest, hard-working people continue to elect these rich who don't give a about them. They don't give a about you.
Now, there's a lot of talk of money in politics, campaign finance reform, taxing the rich. Is the issue really as crass as Carlin so famously put it?
It's even worse. We've talked about everything but the issues that really mean something. It is bereft, we are bereft, it is devoid of any substance. Is this as good as it gets? Can we not do better? Apparently not.
Politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest.
So Lionel, did we just hear George Carlin explaining what mainstream media in the United States is really all about?
We just had the death of Muhammad Ali and missed completely what he did in his protesting of the Vietnam War. Our world is that of hashtag activism, a pithy little statement, oh look, a selfie, writing something on my hand, and that's it. That's as far as we go.
Your Tuesday World Headlines live on RT International. Lots still to come, including Muslim refugees across Europe increasingly converting to Christianity.